All right, friends. I thought this was an April Fool's joke. A late April Fool's joke. As you know, the new lineup of Star Wars product has been announced by Kathleen Kennedy in London, England. Good morning to everybody. And the short of it is Rey is back. Rey is back. There's more to it because the Force is female. The Force is female and Rey is back. Wow, this lineup is something, people. We're going to go through it. Now, before I begin, I have nothing personal against Daisy Ridley. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating cookies. Certainly wouldn't do that. And let's be fair. She's kept her mouth shut on social media. She hasn't been too political. And it's really not her fault that Jar Jar Abrams wrote such an unappealing character that basically killed Toys R Us, let's be honest. Those sequel movies put Toys R Us in bankruptcy. Hasbro, you're next. You're next, Hasbro. Instead of a course correction, Disney's going to double down hard, and give us more Rey, Mary Sue, Palpatine, Skywalker movies. So we're going to go over some articles here. I got my spectacles on. And we're going to take a look at the Ahsoka Tano trailer. Because that rips off one of my favorite novel series in Star Wars, for sure. It's probably the best one. So they're ripping off Timothy Zahn, inserting Ahsoka where Luke should be. And yeah, we'll get into that because I have some interesting theories about that. But this is your show, so let the hate flow through you, through me. That's how this works. It's not flashy here. And we're going to talk about Disney crumbling as my friend Mario here is kicking ass in the box office. Universal whooping Disney just about every way you can whoop Disney. And I was thinking over the summer, Sonic kind of whooped Disney too. So we got our friends Mario and Sonic taking it to Disney. Oh my gosh. Dan Martin, I see you. I see you in the chat. I see you there. I've been here, man. I've been here, but YouTube doesn't like me. YouTube doesn't like me. That's all right. We're cool with it. All right, let's get into things here. Let me show you guys what I'm going to read. I'm going to read some stuff. We're going to get to all the comments. This is your show, but I just want to, we got to go through some of this here. Hold on a second. Star Wars announces 3 new films on the way, and this is from The Guardian, with Daisy Ridley to return as Rey. Lucasfilm has announced 3 new live-action films and confirmed the return of Ridley's Rey to build a new Jedi Order. And actually, if you guys think this is the worst news I have from Lucasfilm over the weekend, oh no, we're going to get to Acolyte. Oh, yes, we are. That is an all-female show. Listen, every show here is an all-female show. And I love the ladies. You know that. You know I love the ladies. But when everything is 100% lady shows on a boys, what used to be a boys' property, I think that's not the direction you should go. We should have a little bit of balance. And when we do have the ladies, how about some hot ladies? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do like Katie Sackhoff in the Bo show, but all right, I'm getting off topic here. Let's see here. 2 new Star Wars films are going... Let me start over. 2 new Star Wars films are to go into production. It has been announced, with more details revealed of a 3rd to follow. And I'll get into those details. As the series maker, Lucasfilm, should say Kathleen Kennedy's fan fiction, appears to be close to ending a hiatus since the 2019 release of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Has it been that long? Wow. Because it feels like yesterday I had to watch that garbage fire. I mean, really. The Rise of Skywalker. I dare you to, in the chat, come up with a worst movie ever made. It is terrible. In just about every way a movie can be terrible. It's really, really bad. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy made the announcement at a Star Wars celebration event at the Excel Center in London. 2 new films will be overseen by the James Mangold. This person can't write. Am I not reading this right, or is it written terribly? 2 new films will be overseen by the James Mangold. Okay. Comma, the director of Logan, and Dave Filoni, the co-creator of the Mandalorian TV series and director of the 2008 computer animated feature Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Okay. Yeah, James Mangold, obviously Ford and, Ferrari and Logan, good movies. James Mangold, so far on film, has done a nice job. He's been a little wonky in social media, which is disturbing. So we'll see what we're going to get. Kennedy said that Mangold's movie will tell the tale of the first Jedi to wield the Force and harness it as a liberating power in an era of chaos and oppression. It's kind of like the era we're in now. Yes. While Filoni's film is about the escalating war between the Imperial Remnant and the fledgling New Republic. That's basically going to fill in the gaps between episodes 6 and 7. Because Jar Jar Abrams' movie started off with the First Order, a lot of questions, a lot of mystery boxes, and no answers. So now Dave Filoni's got to fill in the gaps. Like, who the hell is Snoke? And where did the First Order come from? And why did the New Republic suck so bad? And we're getting some of those answers in The Mandalorian already. And we'll close out the interconnected stories told in The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and other Disney series, such as Skeleton Crew. And when we get to Skeleton Crew, it's all kids except for Jude Law, which is kind of weird. The third film to be announced, project to be directed by Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy. They don't get into her here. She's a Pakistani director that has like maybe 1 documentary under her credit, maybe a few documentaries. She knows nothing about Star Wars, I assure you. And she's never directed anything remotely close to a sci-fi channel movie, let alone a Star Wars movie. So there you go. That's the third movie. And that'll be the, I'll keep reading, but it's a story about Rey doing the new Jedi Order the right way, not the Jake Skywalker way. Chinoy has been known about for some time, but appears to have been dogged by changes of direction and staff departures. The typical Lucasfilm way. Obaid's film will take place 15 years after The Rise of Skywalker and feature Daisy Ridley returning in the role of Rey. It will tell the story of rebuilding the new Jedi Order and the powers that rise to tear it down. Lucasfilm recently announced that Peaky Blinders' Stephen Knight had replaced Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson as writers on that film. Well, that might not be a bad call. All right, well, we'll see. I'll give you maybe some potential there. Probably not, but maybe. The development of Star Wars films has had a checkered recent history. Oh yeah. With separate projects supervised by Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, our boy Kevin, and Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins. Wonder Woman 2 sucked. Those projects are reportedly shelved. Wow. How bad do you have to be to have your project shelved by Lucasfilm? If you're Kevin Feige, like, let's maybe the first 10 years of Marvel Studios under Kevin Feige, and you walk in with an idea, how bad's that idea? I mean, I think we know what that idea was, right? Don't we? I think it had to do with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, our friend, Brie Larson. I bet you that rumor is true. I bet you he had a Brie Larson movie. Oh boy. And another from the Thor Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi. And boy, Love and Thunder, that was terrible. That was terrible. And 1917 co-writer Christy Wilson Carnes, still in development. I have no idea who that is. Yeah, no idea. At the same event, Lucasfilm confirmed a bad batch of new TV shows, including a second series of Andor and Mandalorian spin-off Ahsoka. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to the Heir to the Empire ripoff show. Oh, yeah. There you go. There's that one. All right, that one isn't as detailed, but I wanted to start things off with that. And I'm not done, friends. I am not done. I am not done. No sirree, Bob. Let's see here. I want to give you guys the best coverage here. This Variety article is pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, you guys are going to love this. You guys are going to love this. All right, you ready? Oh, boy. Let's see here. Share something with you guys. Let's share Variety. You are welcome. You are welcome, my friends. I'm giving you a little KK right there in your face. Little KK on a Saturday morning. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. We got that. We got that. Oh, don't do this to me. You know, there's a Cocaine Bear extended cut coming out. That's the best news I have for you this morning. All right, let's get into this from Variety. The past, present, and future of Star Wars was on ample display on Friday at the Star Wars Celebration fan convention, as Lucasfilm unveiled the most robust look yet at the company's plans for the Hallowed franchise. Hollow franchise. More like it. As studio chief Kathleen Kennedy revealed 3 new feature films and first looks at 4 upcoming TV series, Lucasfilm made clear it aims to test just how far it can stretch the Star Wars galaxy creatively, logistically, and even historically. And shouldn't it be like representationally? Probably. Starting with The Phantom Menace and concluding with The Rise of Skywalker, the previous 9 Star Wars movies have all taken place within a roughly 70-year timeline. Straddling the climactic battle of Yavin in A New Hope that has served as the official fulcrum point for the franchise for 6 decades. Every live action and animated spin-off series has unfolded within that time frame, including the shows launched on Disney+, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Andor, The Bad Batch, and the upcoming shows Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew. Visions, an animated anthology series launched in 2021, exists outside Star Wars canon. Sorry, fans of that, if you were a fan of that. Between the hordes of Star Wars tie-in novels, comic books, and video games. However, hardcore fans know that the full history of the franchise stretches over tens of thousands of years, and Lucasfilm intends to begin exploiting that vaster narrative. It's called the expanded universe they're about to exploit. Pillage. Exploiting that vaster narrative landscape in live action, starting with The Acolyte. The Acolyte. First announced in 2020, the Disney Plus series breaks brand new ground on 2 fronts. It sets roughly 100 years before the events of The Phantom Menace, and it will track the rise of the Sith during the waning days of the High Republic. Here we go. I really wanted to delve into the Star Wars universe and tell the story of this entire world that I love so much from the perspective of the villains. The villains. Creator and showrunner Leslie Headland said during the presentation Friday. So she wants to bring Star Wars into the perspective and the purview and to see it through the eyes of the villains. You know, Leslie Headland was Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant for many years. And she's only here at Lucasfilm because her former boss is in prison. for a lot of touchy-feely stuff. Allegedly, although he is in prison for it. So, I mean, I guess they picked the perfect person. If you want to see Star Wars through the perspective of villains and a lot of women, okay, maybe they hired the right person. Now I think about it. All right. The first thing that became apparent was that we're going to have to set this between the High Republic, that's pretty much a woke book series, and the beginning of the prequels, George's stuff. Not only because it's such an exciting part of the timeline, but also because this is when the bad guys are outnumbered. They're the underdogs. Later, Kennedy revealed that director James Mangold of Logan, Indiana Jones, and the Dial of Destiny or the Phoebe Waller-Bridge movie, whatever her character is, will be directing a feature film set a whopping 25,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, in what amounts to an origin story for the Force. Okay, we have origin stories for the Force. If you watch the Clone Wars, George already covered that. And now Disney's going to just get their hands in there and mess with it. The singular metaphysic thread that binds together the entire franchise. Talking with Variety after the presentation, Mangold evoked the kind of biblical epics that dominated Hollywood in the 1940s and 50s. When I first talked to Kathleen Kennedy about it, I said, I just see this opening to make kind of a Ben-Hur or Ten Commandments about the birth of the Force. Oh, God, guys. The Force has become a kind of religious legend that spans through all these movies. You think it, you think. You think the Force is important in Star Wars, you think? But where did it come from? He asks, rhetorically. Because we all know where it came from. It came from George Lucas. You got to watch the Clone Wars. It's all there, my friend. Everything that had to be said, that needed to be said, it's already been said. How was it found? Who found it? Who was the first Jedi? That's what I'm writing right now. James Mangold, one guy, coming up with all the answers here for George Lucas. These projects push well beyond what audiences have come to think of as Star Wars, not just in terms of when they're set, but in what they're about. No Skywalkers. That's not true because Rey's a Skywalker. No Empire. That's kind of not true because the Sith, okay. Focusing on characters who live within darkness and chaos. I haven't... For the core fandom, it's enormously exciting. Filled with the promise of bringing to life time periods that have only existed on the arcane periphery of the franchise. Didn't we all play, the video games with the Old Republic? Haven't we been there? I mean, I think I've been read a lot of books. About 25 years ago, I played a lot of video games. It's probably been 25 years ago. But Star Wars became a decades-spanning pop culture phenomenon, not because of the dense sprawl of its mythology, but because of the imaginative spark of its storytelling and the lovable verve of its characters. Already the tension between those impulses, delighting the core fan base, while engaging much broader casual audience, has exposed some telling cracks in how far Star Wars can stretch itself. For its first 2 seasons, The Mandalorian was down the middle of the plate adventure show, tracking the growing bond between its taciturn titular character. What the heck is taciturn titular character? What does that even mean? I mean... and his adorable ward Grogu. What is a taciturn titular character? Oh, man. As they explored the galaxy together. I wish Star Wars had titular characters, to be honest, but They don't. They have a lot. I'm okay. Season 3 of The Mandalorian, however, has backburned that relationship in favor of diving deep into the cultural and religious lore of Mandalore and the diaspora of warriors struggling to survive after the fall of the planet. Who wrote this article? Diaspora. Has anybody out there heard the word diaspora? I mean, come on, right there. I mean, or is it diaspora? Maybe it's diaspora. That's a word I don't believe I've ever read in my life. And I'm an old man. I've been on this planet for well over 50 years. Yeah, it's true. It's damn true. I know I look good, but I've never read that word before. Audience response has been muted to outright hostile. I haven't been hostile yet, but there's always next week. There's always next week. Casual fans have bemoaned having to follow increasingly abstruse mythology, mythosaurs, dark sabers. Yeah, what are those things? I don't know. What are those two things? I know Kathleen Kennedy's asking that. She's sitting at her desk, and Dave Filoni comes in and says, "All right, Kathy, we got to have that mythosaur and that dark saber." And she's like, "What the hell are you talking about? I want lightsabers, and I want what do I want? I want that Rancor thing that was under Jabba's butt." While hardcore fans have blasted more populist storytelling choices like casting Lizzo, Jack Black, and Christopher Lloyd in guest star roles that to some felt distractingly out of place within the larger story. Okay, that's true. Those kind of reactions will only grow louder and here at Lucasfilm as Lucasfilm continues to expand the definition of what Star Wars project can be. Skeleton Crew will be the first Star Wars title with a cast made up of almost entirely of children, alongside Jude Law. Again, not creepy. While Ahsoka will pull extensively from the animated Clone Wars series that first introduced its title character, played by Rosario Dawson, who I do like Rosario. And that's not true. It's going to pull extensively from the Timothy Zahn novels. Both of those shows, along with The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, will then climax in an upcoming feature film directed by Dave Filoni. A clear attempt to bring the Marvel Studios model of multi-threaded franchise building to the galaxy far, far away. Because it's working for Marvel. Sure. Why not? Why not? Go for it, Lucasfilm. That means that each of these shows must seed storylines into the others. That means that each of these shows must seed storylines into the others. You know, these words like seeding and titular, it's getting me kind of excited. Which is how Book of Boba Fett wound up spending 2 episodes focused on resolving the massive Season 2 cliffhanger from The Mandalorian. On Friday, Lucasfilm hinted that the seaweed pirate Gorian Shard from The Mandalorian's 3rd season will show up on Skeleton Crew to harass a bunch of kids, I guess. And it appears that Season 3 finale of The Mandalorian will set up major conflict on Ahsoka. Even Andor, the show that has, to great acclaim, set itself apart from all the other Star Wars series. Yeah, because it's kind of slow, kind of boring. It's well done, but it's still slow and boring. Narratively and creatively, isn't exempt. Rebel leader Mon Milfma, will appear on Ahsoka, set roughly a decade after her run on Andor. So she's going to be about a decade older, but like a fine wine, she's going to get better with time. No doubt about it, because we love our Mon Milfma. All of these intertwining storylines leaves the overall feeling that I'm going to throw up. Oh wait, that these aren't individual shows as much as they're all one big Star Wars series with different logos. That's music ears of Disney executives who need to because it's headed fast, who need a constant feed of content to keep Disney Plus liquid. Yeah, Disney subscribers on board or prevent them from being bored. Yeah, but it's an increasingly daunting prospect for anyone dedicated to up with it all. It's a hard work. It really is to watch all this shit. Meanwhile, Lucasfilm is also focusing on the literal future of the franchise by bringing Daisy Ridley back to reprise her performance as Rey from the sequel trilogy of films as she builds back the Jedi. Build back better than Jake Skywalker. While facing down a new threat, who could the new threat be? Seriously, who could the new threat be? Maybe it's a new Snoke clone. Maybe it's Darth Plagueis the Wise. It's what it should have been in the sequel trilogy. The studio is calculating that despite widespread antipathy for Rise of Skywalker, audiences are keen to follow Rey's story into uncharted narrative territory. In director Sharman Obaid Chinoy's Lucasfilm, in director Chinoy, the Pakistani director, Lucasfilm is also banking that the Oscar-winning documentarian who has never directed a live-action narrative feature is the right filmmaker to forge new Star Wars. I've spent the better part of my life by meeting real heroes who are overcoming oppressive regimes and battling impossible odds, says Shinoy on Friday. I think that's the heart of Star Wars, and that's why I'm attracted to the promise of a new Jedi Order. And I'm attracted to the idea of immersing myself in a Jedi Academy with a powerful master, Rey Skywalker. All right. Because she lived in Pakistan, she's qualified to direct a $300 million Star Wars movie. That's it. The director then brought Ridley to stage to thunderous cheers. And again, Ridley, you know, she seems cool. As a person, I got nothing against her. Critiques are all focused on Lucasfilm. So Ridley, if you're seeing this, hey, hit me in the DMs, you know what I'm saying? Clearly overwhelmed, Ridley had only a few words to say. I'm very thrilled to be continuing this journey. That's all she said? I don't want to rip on Ridley. Lucasfilm hopes audiences will follow. That's it, my friends. That's it. We can talk about this a little bit. Yeah, that's good stuff. Let me go back to my lovely face. We can get into that. Let's see here. Let's put KK on the screen. We want some KK. There's a little KK. We want some big KK. Come on, KK. Where you at? There you are. She's like, hold up. Hold up. I got stuff for you. I got stuff for you. There you go. All right, who's here? Who survived that nonsense? Let me go into here and see what's going on. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Should I take some comments? We're going to look at Ahsoka, the heir to the Empire ripoff. All right, we got some comments. We got Brian Hughes says a ray of sunshine. The sunshine is out this morning, Ray. I'm sorry, Brian. Brian, I just called you Ray. All right, we got some more fans than usual here, some subs, some new people. So fire away. Again, I get to all the comments. So listen, if you want to call me a scruffy nerf herder or worse, now's your time. For all the people, that like to be drive-bys and hit my videos and say, you're an old nerd, this isn't for you, or you're a racist or sexist. Now's your time to step up with Everyday Eric and bring it, okay? Because this is a place for real Star Wars fans. So now's your time. Don't go running. Oh, I see a few of you running. I see you running. Don't do that. If you want to drop, you want to go toe-to-toe, now's your time, all right? Because it never happens. It never happens. And I know you're all at there, I don't know what time it is in London, but you're all probably up. You got nothing better to do, all right? You're unpacking. What are you doing? I don't know. You got your new Funko Pops. You're unpacking. You're polishing your new Funko Pops you bought at Celebration. So listen, let's be real here. All right, Alpha Tryon 92. I think Disney has either gone completely insane or they are trolling everyone with this garbage Star Wars. Yeah, I think they are trolling. They don't like us. Kathleen Kennedy does not like us. Okay, I still have some faith that Dave Filoni's trying to do good. Jon Favreau's trying to do good. But the story group at Lucasfilm, they don't like me. They don't even know me. They don't like me. They don't like anyone who looks like me, who is my age. They don't want any fans. They don't like George Lucas. The people in charge of Lucasfilm don't like George Lucas. And Disney bought our favorite thing, and they're holding it hostage. That's exactly what's going on right now. Scott Davis, I can't wait for this one. The wait is over. Scott F., reading the title alone has me hooked. Keep up the great work, Eric. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Raker 8. So why Skywalker is back? But why? I guess, Raker 8 also says, love the thumbnail. Vitor79 says, hello to you, Vitor. Because they're out of ideas. They're creatively bankrupt. Disney is creatively bankrupt. So here's the deal. There's 3 new movies, and they're all interconnected because I've got some of this through the rumor mill. The first movie is going to be Dawn of the Jedi, and that's the James Mangold film, and they're going to kind of set up maybe a deep, dark threat that's going to carry over. I think Rey is going to be touching all 3 of these movies because they are going to use the world between worlds, the time travel, and she's going to hop all over different times and try to make things better. And where Luke failed, she will succeed. All right? Again, we have, episode 10, episode 11 will be the big Dave Filoni TV show fest where everyone from every TV show is in it. And I'm sure Rey will come through a portal and go, hey guys, what's up? Baby Yoda and all that. High five everybody. And then she'll get the hell out. And then episode 12 will be the Rey building back better, the Jedi Academy. And at the end, yub nub, dum dum, there'll be a big dance, and that's it. For 5 years until the next piece of garbage comes. All right, that's what's going on here. All right, because like Luke Skywalker, it's Skywalker Ranch. Luke Skywalker, the name Skywalker hovers over everything Lucasfilm does right now, and they don't like Luke Skywalker. So if they can make Rey the real Skywalker, right? So when you think Skywalker Ranch, you don't think of Mark Hamill anymore. You think of Daisy Ridley. Okay, and they'll probably put up a big new statue. They have a Yoda statue. They're going to tear that statue down, if you know what I'm talking about. They're going to put up a Rey statue. And this is Skywalker Ranch. That's what they're doing. The Force is female. She meant it when she wore the shirt. She means it. That wasn't something cute from Kathleen Kennedy. That was the gospel from the master. Okay, Scott Davis, morning, Eric. Dan Martin, dude, where you been? I've been here, Dan. I've always been here. YouTube doesn't like me, so if you guys could actually share the video with people, if you've got friends that are into Star Wars or into making fun of Star Wars and also likes games and toys and shit, if you could, spread the love, that'd be appreciated. Because YouTube hates me. Let's be honest. I was riding pretty high last year, and then they shut that shit down. It was pretty shocking what happened. Been doing the same stuff, but yeah, the algorithm has changed. Dan Martin, been wanting to hear your breakdown of these horrendous Mando episodes. No, I've been doing them all. I did last week's. We're going to do this week. We only have 1 or 2 left, so I'm feeling fired up now. I have some new energy, some new life because Star Wars has pissed me off. So again, I'm feeling good. I'm back in the game. Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy. So, we're going to hit it this Wednesday. We'll hit the show. Trust me. Let's see here. Oh, snap. Oh, snap says, I can't with Disney Star Wars anymore, Eric. They have doubled down on their one big vision for the IP. I gave up on the MCU years ago, too. Well, if you've given up on the MCU, you've spared yourself a lot of pain. I still like Werewolf by Night. But other than that, yeah, there's been nothing but boredom and pain. And, I don't know, man. I got to be the one to I got to watch this. I got to tell everybody about it. I feel like it's my duty. I can't. Someone's got to do this. We can't let them get away with this. Okay? And why am I the guy? Yeah, listen, like I said, I'm an old guy. I'm a child of the late 70s, the early 80s. I was there, I've seen it come and I've seen it go. I know what I'm talking about. I don't remember everything. You guys can make fun of me. I mispronounce things, but I'm the guy that says at, not AT. You know why? If you know, you know. We didn't have the internet back then. If you see AT, you said at. That's what it was. If it was in a comic or Starlog or wherever, you know what Starlog? We had to read magazines back in the day. All right, we had to like go to 7-Eleven and pull up a comic book or search for anything we could find. We didn't have the internet now, you know, the fancy social media and internet. Back in the day, Star Wars was... we had to fight for our Star Wars to get our Star Wars content. Now we're just like giving slop. Anyway, okay, all right. Dildo Gaggins in the house. One of the Holy the Holy Trinity. A third of the Holy Trinity is here. Dildo Gaggins. Greetings and salutations. Greetings to you, Dildo. Good morning, sir. Oh, snap. By the way, morning all. Good morning, oh, snap. Scott Davis. The same people who are writing Mando wrote this article. Yes, it's true. It's actually that article was written better. I mean, they're using fancy words. It's like written poorly, but written better poorly. The Mandalorian's just like C-spot run. Like, I'm going to shoot the gun. I just shot my gun. I know Prophet's going to show up and give me a hard time. Prophet's still a fan, a diehard fan, sticking to it. Dildo Gaggins, we need a Lizzo origin story. Yes, we do. We need to see more of Lizzo. And when I say see more of Lizzo, I want to see more of Lizzo. You know, that dress was a little too, you know, covered her up a little too much. You know, if I got one complaint, that's definitely it. I want to see more of Lizzo. Scott Davis is laughing. Good, that's what it's all about here. And listen, am I mad? Am I crying man-baby tears? No, I'm not. I'm not crying man-baby tears. No. We're laughing. I went over the stages of depression and grief and all of that when I covered Moon Knight. It's all over. We're just laughing at this crap at this point. Scott Davis, the only movie I'm interested in is the one where KK is slowly being digested in the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, I hear you. I feel like we're all just in the Sarlacc pit, don't you? Like we're just there and like, hey, bro, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up, Geeks and Gamers? How are you doing? Hey, what's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Hey, Gary, how are you doing? You doing all right? Like, we're all floating in the Sarlacc pit, aren't we? Just, I mean, we're making a couple bucks, too, you know, while we're floating there. I'm not going to lie, but, you know. Yeah, it's just like purgatory. Star Wars purgatory. Star Wars hell. That's what it is. Oh, snap. When will we get a Lizzo action figure? Damn it! You're damn right I want a Lizzo action figure. What do I got? What do I got on my desk? You guys care? I got G.I. Joe shit on my desk right now. Dildo Gaggins laughing at oh snap. That's what it's all about. Bringing the people together. You guys chatting it up. Oh snap. I thought the villains were giving us Star Wars stories already. Haha, yes. Yes, that is true. Dildo Gaggins. Let's be honest. Lizzo needs to be cast as Miss Piggy in a new Muppet movie. Yeah, let's do a new live action Muppet movie. No Muppets, people playing the Muppets. And I tend to agree. That'd be great, actually. Yeah, definitely. Oh snap, the Ahsoka trailer, I thought it was a fan film from YouTube. Oh, we're going to get to it. Slow pacing, epic, over-the-top music build-up, unrealistic action posing, member berries every 3 seconds, basic repetitive plot. We're going to get to it. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll get to it pretty soon. I'm going to go some more comments. Scott Davis agrees with those snap dildo gaggins. The constant flow of celebrities showing up in Star Wars shows is turning into the Love Boat. Yes, the Love Boat. It's definitely feeling like the holiday special. Like I said in my review, I thought Harvey Korman would you know, yeah, just be walking in. It has that feel, that goofy 70s sitcom. That was what the 70s was all about. Everyone was kind of like walking into everybody's shows. It worked back then, but girthy guitarist. I doubt it'll get made. Well, that's true, girthy. I mean, you know, Disney's on shaky ground, and Lucasfilm's a little shaky. So, but this was a KK announcement. You know, KK walks up on stage and announces it like that. I tend to think that's the direction they're headed. But yeah, I don't know. Scott Davis, One can only hope, he says. I forget what Scott's talking about. Sorry, Scott. Oh, snap. Dildo Gaggins, I totally thought that too after Eric's last review of Mando. Yeah, we're talking about Lizzo. I mean, Lizzo, it's hard to forget Lizzo. Prophet. I see, there you are, Prophet. I know. Prophet is remaining positive. That's okay, Prophet. I respect it. Garrett Curry. Disney needs to create a new original franchise that will keep them profitable for the next 50 years. Yes, that's what they should do. Let it all go. Let the past go. Kill it if you have to, right? They should have listened to Kylo Ren. But no, they're actually going back in the past. All the Star Wars past. Digging up those zombies. Parading around a lot of corpses. Oh my God, that's what Indiana Jones is doing. I mean, I'm sorry, but they have no original idea. It's garbage. The Garage Gamer, I like you. Thank you, Garage Gamer. Oh, that's my mom. My mom's saying hello. The Garage Gamer, thank you, sir. Everyone check out Garage Gamer on social media. Girthy Guitarist, KK is trying to make something in her own without the shadow of George and can't. That's exactly right. Nah, KK, listen, KK just carried coffee for Steven Spielberg. That's what she did. She took notes. She followed Steven. She was Steven's shadow, took notes and made the coffee. And listen, George Lucas is the person that appointed her in charge of Lucasfilm before the sale. And it's contractually in the sale that, see, we want to keep pointing to Disney. George put Kathy in charge. George wrote in the sale that Kathy can't be removed, really. I mean, I'm sure there's some outs or something, but she was picked by George, and she stabbed George in the back. As soon as they conspired to throw out the script, the outline that George had for 7, 8, and 9, I mean, E2 Brute, bang, right in the back. It was just terrible. Aaron Ritterbush. I'm celebrating Star Wars misery by watching John Wick 1 and 2 tonight. That's great. And John Wick 3, it wasn't my favorite. And John Wick 4, totally awesome. I loved it. I need to go see it again. I'm not going to get into that because it's kind of spoilery. John Wick 4 is spoilery. But yeah, it was really good. Go see the Mario movie. I saw it. Well, if you have a family, you have to go see it. If you got kids, you have to see Mario. Because, I mean, in my theater, it's been a while since I've seen this. There was like laughing and cheering during the movie. My movie theater was packed. Again, Universal crushing Disney. The theater was packed. The kids were loving it. And again, cheers and applause. And definitely at the end, there was like applause. And everyone left happy and excited. It was kind of like a Rocky movie. It was crazy to see. I loved, these kids were actually having fun. If you go see Strange World or whatever the latest Pixar garbage is, everyone leaves depressed. If you go see a Pixar movie, you're leaving depressed. The movies always start off depressing. They get a little bit more positive, and I feel filthy by the time I leave a Pixar movie anymore. But no, with Mario, it's simple, it's fun. Yeah, I don't know. Go see Mario. All right, Raker 8. Can't wait for Why Skywalker. The Skywalker. How does she say it? Rey Skywalker trilogy. I'd rather watch crickets for a day straight. Yep, I hear you. Oh, here's Prophet. Okay, Prophet, I hear you. Rey is okay. I'm shocked Daisy is interested in doing more. What if Ezra is also involved? Oh, yeah, Ezra. They're holding Ezra back. Ezra is definitely coming back. They should go. They should hire Ezra Miller to play Ezra, but no, Ezra's coming back in the show. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, I got nothing against Daisy Ridley personally. Again, I said she's been sort of keeping her mouth shut, not getting political, not saying dumb shit. If she lived next door, I'd totally be hitting on it. I mean, come on, But it's just this crappy Mary Sue character that Jar Jar Abrams gave us. I don't know. I liked it, when she went dark in the Rise of Skywalker for 30 seconds. They had the evil Rey. Maybe they should explore the evil Rey with like the sharp teeth and the weird sword that had a hinge on it. I don't like that sword. That sword was garbage. I don't know, but I don't know what's going on. Michael Skinner, a new name here, I think, right, Michael? Is this going to be the answer to everything now? Time travel? I'm thinking, what was rumored in Indy 5? That's right. No, Indy 5 is time travel, the Dial of Destiny. That's what, if you've seen the trailer, Indiana Jones, did you know his entire life has been looking for the Dial of Destiny? He says it in the new trailer. I'm not going to get to that trailer. You should go look up that trailer. It starts off with a Rolling Stones song. It's going to be all hip. But his entire life, he's looking for the Dial of Destiny. Now, I know he said he was looking for the Holy Grail, basically, his entire life. His father was looking for that. And, well, maybe it was his father, to be fair. His father was looking for the Holy Grail. And maybe, technically, Indy, his entire life, was looking for the Dial of Destiny. I don't know, but it's going to be garbage. Absolute garbage. We all know it's garbage. And WG is in the house. There was less Flavor Aid drunk at Jonestown than that at this Star Wars fan jamboree in the UK. Yes, there was less Flavor Aid being consumed at Jonestown than at Star Wars fan jamboree in the UK, for sure. Yes. I don't know. I've seen some of the clips. They're major cringe, WG. There's a lot of cringe. They're on there. They keep announcing all of, and I didn't get to the Acolyte. Oh, the Acolyte TV show. Yeah, the Leslie Headland Acolyte show. Let's talk about that. So the star of the show is a black lady. She looks like a model. She's more slender. She's a little more slender than Reva. And maybe Reva has a shot of getting back into these movies. And Rose Tico, right? So maybe this is going to be good. We'll get some Rose Tico, some Reva. Yeah, okay. Anyway, but so they're talking about Acolyte, the Harvey Weinstein assistant show. And they said, well, what is it? And they describe it as Frozen meets Kill Bill. Frozen meets Kill Bill. Now, I love Kill Bill. Kill Bill is probably my favorite Tarantino movie. I liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but action-wise, yeah, Kill Bill is probably my favorite. And then Frozen. That's what the Acolyte's going to be. And yeah, the actress that is going to be the lead in it, I mean, she seems nice enough, but she had no idea what she was talking about when it comes to Star Wars. There's a lot of cringe. I can't even do it justice discussing it. I don't have the capacity to describe the cringe appropriately. So please go do yourself a favor if you want to be entertained today. If you're out after you're done mowing the lawn, you're sitting back sipping some Kool-Aid, some WG Kool-Aid, go check out those clips. All right, Prophet. I'm getting off track. Prophet. Force has two sides, dark and light. Yes, and actually, when I think it was the people, though, Prophet, because I was watching these clips from Celebration, one producer person, or was it one of the actors, I think it's from Acolyte, said, Star Wars is really not about good and bad, it's about the gray or something. It's not about good versus evil. And I'm thinking, what the hell are they talking about? Like, they're absolutely clueless about what Star Wars is. Prophet. We fans expect time travel in these 30-year nostalgic loops. Yeah, I mean, time travel is going to be in everything, right? So it was in the MCU, it's going to be in Indiana Jones, and it's going to be, it was already in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, and it's in Star Wars. So yeah, everything has time travel. Ted Lasso, spoiler, the end of this season, there's time travel. And he goes back in time. I don't know. I know what I'm saying. Michael, help me out here, Michael. Michael Skinner, do you what, Eric? Do you what, Eric? I'm sure this has been said multiple time by dozens of voices, but for me, Star Wars: The Original Trilogy is all that counts now. And I enjoyed the Thrawn Trilogy books when I read them. Yeah, Michael, that's it. I mean, listen, anything that George Lucas touched is Star Wars. And anything that he, post George Lucas, it's all fan fiction. But all the expanded universe stuff is pretty good. Now, I know there's that novel series that killed Chewbacca. Hope I'm not spoiling anything. You know, where the Yusov Vaughn showed up, the big alien insect race. And I know I'm mispronouncing them. But again, there was no internet back in the day when I was reading those novels, so I had to come up with my own pronunciations. So like when we talk about the Thrawn trilogy, the Timothy Zahn trilogy, there's that like cloned Jedi. I always pronounced it Juris C'baoth. And then I go on the internet now, and everyone has a different pronunciation for this. Juris C'baoth. So I don't know. When back in the day, you had to make up your own pronunciation, and that's how AT-AT became a thing. All right. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Michael. It's the original films. I like the prequels for what they are. Yeah, they got their problems. They got big problems, but the creativity was there. All right? George always mastered the creativity, even when he struggled with the prequels with the dialogue and the acting and the pacing, and the creativity was always great. I mean, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't know what happened there, though. I don't know what happened there. That's so good. I mean, you nuked the fridge in that movie. That was probably a little too far. All right, Dildo Gaggins. We also had to track down adult magazines or JCPenney catalog for a good time. Dildo obviously comes from my generation. I hear what you're saying, Dildo. You know, I definitely, I'm with you. Let's see here. Jared, 1765. Love you so much. Love you, Jared. Thank you. Back at you. But again, the love is great. I like the love, but I'm someone can say, hey, Eric, come at me if you want, but we're mostly about love here. That's what it's all about. Tom Rye, preach it, brother. Shout out to Starlog. Oh, Tom, definitely Starlog. That's where we got our information. Starlog magazine. That and comic books. It's really about it, right? Star Wars Insider. It was it the fan club magazine? It was okay. I mean, I don't know. Starlog was just as good, but yeah. Michael, the early 90s. I was in my 20s then. We're a similar age. Yeah, I'm trying to think. In the 90s, I was in my 20s. Probably later 20s, right? Yeah. Yeah, not 20s. Yeah, you're right. Oh, time flies, right, Michael? What can I tell you? I agree. It was at back in the day. I always knew ATSTs just as Scout Walkers. Yeah, that's true. I called them Scout Walkers and then AT-ATs. Yep. That's exactly right. Spider Bricks. Wait, what happened to Ahsoka? Well, we'll get to that. I mean, all right, we can take a break here. You want to take a look at something? All right, hold up. Spider Bricks says, what's up with Ahsoka, my man? All right, hold on. Let's see how this works. Let me put my things on here. Is that going to work? Oh. Hope it doesn't sound like that. I don't know what's going on there. All right. Do I want to do that? Give me a second. Share screen here. Microsoft Edge. Let's get it going. All right, let's get it on. Ooh, baby. Let's get it on. You guys want to watch this? All right. Something dark. Let's see here. I don't know. Should I unmute this? Let's pull this out. Apologize if it's sounding funky. Let's just watch. I think I got subtitles on, so we'll find out. We'll just watch it. Ahsoka, something's coming. Something dark is coming, my friends. Something dark is coming. All right. The music here, you're not missing anything. The music is trash. It's just trash music. So let's watch this together. All right, she's got one of those like thingies. Oh, look at that. She's got a move. See how she spun there? Like, what's that damn vampire movie with Celine Underworld. She pulled the Underworld move where you spin with the pistols and fall through the elevator shaft. I sense it. That's very dramatic. Lucasfilm in red, because Lucasfilm is getting serious now. I guess I don't need these. Getting mean, getting serious. We're going with the red Lucasfilm logo. This is a new beginning. Oh, there's that little cat. Is this Sabine? Sabine, right? From Rebels, right? And we got some robots. Oh, those look kind of cool. They're reddish. They're like the Grievous guards. They're like new and improved Grievous guards. Oh, there's Hera, right? Oh, there's the little dude. Now, look, I know they quickly, you see, they try. So we have some new Dark Jedis. All right, new Dark Jedis. Balon. I caught his name. Look, Balon. Oh, and he's a Jedi. And look at that. I think she's got a saber. See that? All right. So Balon, because they're going to talk about the heir to the Empire. They're going to reference it here. So is Balon Juris C. Baoth? And was this chick with the saber Mara Jade? Is that Mara Jade? I think so. I'm going to call it. I think it's a Mara Jade-ish character. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a couple years. Things have changed. Not really. They've stayed the same. Those are the Dreadnoughts. That's the Dreadnought fleet that was in the... Are those the Dreadnoughts from the Heir to the Empire novels? Yeah. Thrawn's... Is that a Thrawn? Or no, what is that? There's our Mon Milfma. She looks good. See, I told you she's still going to look good. And there he is, Grand Admiral Thrawn. It's about Thrawn's return. Who's playing Thrawn? Is it Tom Cruise? Should be. There's a little ship going to a big ship. As Thrawn is the heir to the Empire. They have to stop it. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's that lady from that episode. Now, wait a second. When does this take place? Because, was that lady killed? I forget. In the Mandalorian show with Ahsoka. And there, yeah, look. That's like a Juris... Yeah, I think it's Juris C. both. Hera, we have to prepare for the worst. Yeah, I could be. I think so. And Mara Jade, like she's flying and she's... Wait a second. This dude's going down a hallway like Darth Vader in the... what the hell's that called? The Rogue One. That's Rogue One. He's going down the... This is like freaking Rogue One they're ripping off. Garbage. All right. There's fighting. All right. Some more fighting in the whatever that's called, that stage they use. Superhero landing. Hai Yang. Perhaps it is time to begin again. This droid has a name. He's Hung. He's a Hung robot. All right, action pose. And Ahsoka done in fancy writing. I'm sure maybe that's the world between worlds. It looks like, if you see it, it looks like there's like these circle thingies, like a map of time. That could be the world between worlds. Original series coming in August. So I think, let's see here. Yeah, I think that we'll just keep the Disney logo up because we love it so much. I think they're just going to do Heir to the Empire. I think it's like the Thrawn story. I think it's a clone Jedi, perhaps. I think that's a Mara Jade character. Did we get her name? I forget. Did we get her name? But it's going to be a Mara Jade character. And I think Ahsoka is going to turn her from being bad to good, and they're going to have a relationship. And so instead of Luke getting it on with Mara Jade, they don't want that. That never happened. They're going to have... I think they're going to have Ahsoka kind of having a relationship because, you got to tell modern stories. Okay. I mean, Disney, you got to get hip, right? You got to, it's not about it's not my Star Wars anymore. You got to go to into the future, and I think Ahsoka and this Mara Jade character are going to have a relationship. So mark it down. Everyday Eric is calling it. It's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be all that good stuff. And hopefully we have a Reva sighting and a Rose Tico sighting. All right, girthy guitarist. Time travel in Indy 5 and now Star Wars. That's what you do when you have no ideas. Right, creatively bankrupt. For sure. Oh, snap. Oh, man, Starlog. I had so many back in the day. Yeah, me too. And everything, some things get thrown away, and it makes me mad. It makes me mad. What makes... My Shogun Warriors, where are they? They're all gone. That makes me mad. My Pulsar Man. My $6 million man dolls. Where are they? Damn it. My Stretch Armstrong. My Evil Knievel. I don't know. Girthy guitarist. George put KK there because of Spielberg. Yeah. Yeah. Prophet. George is still involved. Prophet. I don't know. I don't think George. I don't think Prophet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, if I don't know. Let me know what you think, Prophet. I don't know if he is. I think he's just there were some videos of George recently, and listen, I'm a George fan, but he's looking a little older, you know. I don't know what's going on with George. I hope things are good with George. Some strange videos of him just kind of like by himself. I hope everything's good at home with his wife and that kind of thing, but I don't know. All right, so what happened to Ahsoka? Spider Bricks. There you go. So Spider Bricks, Ahsoka is going to fight a clone Jedi, take down Grand Admiral Thrawn, and convert a female Dark Jedi to becoming her lover. That's exactly what's going to happen to Ahsoka. You heard it here. Prophet, off to look at Billy D being rolled out at Celebration. Poor guy, take care. It's not all junk. See, Prophet, I know, Prophet. Prophet stands true, and I got no problem with it. On here, we got all opinions are welcome. I'm just here to facilitate the conversation. Arioka! Hello, Eric. Rolling Stone isn't hip. It has been hip. It hasn't been hip in 40 years. But to KK, it's hip. You know? To Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Like, we're gonna play Rolling Stones music. I guess it's because, what? This movie, Indy, would be in the 60s, early 60s. So that's why they used that song. I think. Maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. I wanted to say something and I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh, Billy D. Yeah, Billy D. It's crazy, though, because Billy D did get in slightly better shape because at one of our little local Comic-Cons, Billy D was there. This was a long time ago, like 10 years ago, and he was a heavy guy. He was a big guy then. And when he was announced he was going to be in Star Wars, I was like, there's just no way, dude. Like, he's big. So he actually slimmed up considerably for his involvement in Star Wars. But yeah. Spider Bricks. Did they seriously make Ahsoka gay? There you go. I mean, if you've read the book, this is going to follow Heir to the Empire. I don't think I'm stretching here. There's this other female Jedi, and Ahsoka's going to turn her to the right side of the Force, right? We covered that. All right, we're covering stuff. Let's see here. Oh, snap. Spider-Verse 2. I saw the trailer. It seemed like the story plot is about fictional characters are overcoming a writer's plotline story, like with Star Wars, MCU, Star Trek, to use the time travel to retcon canon. Well, that's true. Like Spider-Verse, in a way, it's kind of time travel. They either use time travel or now they hop to different timelines, right? So, yeah. Now, again, the first Spider-Verse movie, the Miles Morales animated movie, I thought it was really good. I love it. We're a big fan of it here. My son wants to watch it every day. The trailer for the sequel, I'm a little concerned about. There's a lot of it looks a little bit different than the first movie. I hope I'm wrong, but there's a lot of spider people, and I don't like the way the bodies, the way the bodies are drawn. It's kind of I don't like it. It's sending me all the wrong signals, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Oh, snap. I'm wondering who these IPs are for. It feels more like it's for legal control and franchising than creativity. Yeah, no, they think they're making money. It's a bunch of Hollywood nut jobs. I mean, and they think they're doing. Listen, it's run by activists, folks that think they're doing social justice, and they get paid bazillion dollars to drink their coffee and to point at storyboards. And they live in ginormous houses and drive expensive cars. They hate me. They hate people like me. They hate people like you. They're in a little bubble where they think these issues are so important that they have to be forced into these IPs. It's not about respecting the lore. Definitely not about respecting the creator of the lore. I mean, just look at Rings of Power. No one that worked for Rings of Power gives a shit about Tolkien. Nobody. Everyone that works for Rings of Power just looks at this old white guy, this old white Christian guy. They don't care. They don't care about the creator. They don't care about the lore. They're going to do their own damn thing, damn it. And look what you get. Look what you get. And it's kind of the same thing happening here at Lucasfilm. But again, I still think Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, they're trying, but they're up against this just like agenda, the Lucasfilm story group. They're up against the worst, some of the worst powers that be in Hollywood. So there's definitely a battle going on, and we're just getting this garbage product. Matthew McConaughey, all right. So that's the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity has shown up. We've had Dildo Gaggins, Matthew McConaughey, and WG. So we've had our Holy Trinity today show up on this Easter weekend. Thank you. And speaking of WG, I thought the Force's two sides were taste great or less filling. Wait, being told now that's Miller Lite. Yes. It's not even Miller Lite WG. I mean, Star Wars is like Milwaukee's Best right now. I mean, that's the kind of beer that you'd get that older friend in high school that could like trick the beer distributor. You'd give him like $20 and he'd sneak in and, oh, I shouldn't be saying this shit. My parents are probably watching. Yeah, but it's more like Milwaukee's Best than it is. But I hear what you're saying. Totally. Yeah, it tastes like ass and is unfilling. That's what I would describe Star Wars at this point. Vidor! Getting lit up on the phones here, too. Vidor, Disney has become a dictatorship. Tyranny. Lord Tyrannus, K.K. Kennedy, is in charge. Where they just want to make quick money without a long-term strategic vision. I don't even, if they want to make money, they're totally failing. Kathleen Kennedy hates George Lucas. Kathleen Kennedy, it's all about putting her grip on things. She's changing Luke Skywalker to Rey Skywalker. The Force will be female, damn it. And when she leaves, the damage will be so great that it cannot be undone. I think that's what she really wants to do. And I think she likes this Lucasfilm story group, this little group of activists that think they're Star Wars fans. And it's just, they're terrible. Just terrible. Location redacted. Your channel is the only thing keeping me interested in Star Wars. Thank you, Location Redacted. I like the name there. It's got to make a good return one day. Stand strong. Oh, yeah. Well, no, thank you, Location Redacted. Hey, listen, I'm going nowhere because I was a fan. I can talk to you guys. I mean, this is why I do it. I have this channel. I don't want to be some, YouTuber, what influencer, none of that bullshit. I'm here to have some kind of vehicle to reach out to a group of you on a Saturday morning so we can all vent about this crap and what's happening to the things we used to love. That's the only reason I do this. So if you guys put up with me, that's awesome. That's what we'll do. Raker 8. I saw the trilogy in 1984 in my local cinema, Triple Night, for the first time. They murdered that 8-year-old child in me with their Lizzo dung. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, in 84, man, that's probably when Return of the Jedi, yeah. 83, 84. And yeah, it's Lizzo. It's like Lizzo, and it's like Meg Thee Stallion and She-Hulk. But the thing, the MCU was already like going downhill before Meg Thee Stallion showed up. That was just sort of like the icing on the cake and the twerking. Like I said, I mean, at least Lizzo didn't twerk. I mean, there's always next week, so here's hoping. You know, just let her twerk at this point. They should have a big dance party at the end, and you know, clothes come off, and there's twerking and all kinds of shit going on. That's just, you know, don't go half-ass. Go all the way in. When you're dealing with Lizzo, don't go half-ass. I want the full ass. All right? All right? Dildo Gaggins. Remember back in the day when men who wore dresses and makeup were drag queens? And today we have to call them women. Yep. You know. Hey, listen, you're preaching to the choir here, Dildo. Listen, I'm all for, like, you know, do what you want to do. Like, be who you want to be. But when you're like, when all these agendas start creeping into the things we love, like, and this way, it's just, I don't know. But listen, you do what you want. You do you. You know, if you want to dress up as an Ewok and walk around all day and you identify as an Ewok, that's great. You do you, right? But if you get upset because I'm not calling you the appropriate Ewok pronouns, or I'm not respecting your identity as an Ewok, that's your problem. That's not my problem, okay? You can call me whatever. I'm not going to get offended because I'm confident in who I am. Whatever I am, whatever everyday Eric is, I'm confident in it. So if you call me a she, I'm not going to get offended. I don't care. But, you know, I think you're a little insecure. If you're getting offended by people using the wrong pronouns and referring to you, or misidentifying your identity, then you're a little insecure with that, I think, you know? I mean, you know, what? Fear leads to hate leads to anger, and something leads to suffering, right? You got a path. You're on a dark path. Me, I'm on the path of the Qui-Gon Jinn, man. You can't phase me. Nothing you say phases everyday Eric. I'm good with it. But you got your own issues. I'm sorry, I went on a little tangent there, didn't I? All right, Scott Davis. Because Lucasfilm is bleeding. Lucasfilm is bleeding. Disney is getting crushed. Absolutely crushed. I want to put KK back on here. Hold on a second. I mean, I missed my KK on my screen. Hold on. I got to go back to Variety. I want to share some Variety. I miss some KK. Do some KK, share screen. Where's the KK picture? Oh, there it is. There it is. That's what I want. That's what I want on my screen. There she is. There she is, the lovely KK. Oh, snap. I did grow to like Ahsoka in the Clone Wars animated series, and so did I. In the movie, that Clone Wars movie, it was a little rough. She was a little rough, but she did develop over time and became a really cool character. And now in live action, I do like Rosario and Rosario. I don't know. I don't care. I do like her though. She was in Clerks 2. That's when I fell in love with her in Clerks 2. Very charming. Clerks 2 is good. I didn't see the new Clerks movie. Is there a Clerks 3? I don't know. I don't care. But anyway, all right. But her story arc should have ended at the end of the series. Disney saw popularity and profit. That's what drives stories now. Yeah, I mean, Dave Filoni, that's Dave Filoni's baby, Ahsoka, so I kind of get it. And Ahsoka was, you know, created and developed under George Lucas, so I'm kind of cool with it. I'm cool with Ahsoka. I'm not cool with the story they're going to tell. Putting her in, heir to the Empire and that kind of thing, and fight Thrawn. I mean, that really should be Luke Skywalker. God, I got to pick up copies of those novels. They're expensive. They're hard to find, but I got to get... I don't have my original Timothy Zahn novels anymore. I didn't think I would need them, but I need them. And there's also comic books. I think Dark Horse might have done comic book versions of the novels, so got to track those down, because those and Dark Empire, right? The Dark Horse comics, all of that stuff was lore to me, but Disney threw it out so they could just pillage it, exploit it. Location redacted. One of the gripes I have with their casting is that a lot of the actors, particularly the girls, don't look as though they've done a day's work. Yeah, exactly. Let alone any physical training apart from Gina. Right. Oh, yeah. Katie Sackhoff. Listen, we do love our Katie Sackhoff. We love Starbuck. But other than her, Gina, you had a strong female in Gina, right? And a strong, physically strong lady that's, you talk about someone that's been in the octagon and gone toe to toe and, took some hits, and then also has a strong opinion. She has the right to her opinion. She has a right to her own social media postings, and they weren't bad. In fact, they're pretty, pretty damn prophetic. So. Yeah, you had a strong female, and we had to get rid of her. And you're right. All of these people. Sorry again. Listen, Reva had no business being in that role. Sorry, but not sorry. It's just But you're right. They're casting these people that don't look anything like they could, swing a lightsaber and do anything remotely physical. I agree with you. Scott Davis, are those sabers supposed to be red or orange? That's a good point. I don't know. Is that what they're going with? Orange lightsabers now? Probably. I get it. Liam Neeson's chin in the house. Nice to see you, Liam Neeson's chin. Everyday Eric, I just read that an actor named Lars Mikkelsen was cast as Thrawn. So there's Mads Mikkelsen. And I think it's his brother, right? Lars Mikkelsen. Because Mads Mikkelsen is going to be in the Indiana Jones movie as a Nazi, of course, right? Of course. Even though he's not German. Isn't he like Swedish or something? But I think it's his brother. I think that's right. That's what I've heard. And anyway. Michael Skinner. In my head, I pronounced C. Boath as Ku, like cat. Kubarth. Oh, like Kuba. I get it. Yeah. I don't know, Michael. When you're given that goofy ass name when you're reading the book, you got to come up with something. And when you read like 3 novels, it's in your brain. You can't like deprogram. It's like all this shitty Star Wars. It's in here. I can't get it out. I can't get Rose Tico out of my head. She's in my head. They did Rose dirty too. That actress, they put her in like a potato sack, like they could have like spruced her up, kind of, she's not, was it Kelly Marie Tran? Is that her name? She seems nice enough. I don't want to make fun of her. Again, I don't want to make fun of Daisy, really. I'm not making fun of Kelly. It's just they're given these like terrible characters. They're put in the worst possible situation. They're set up to fail, and sort of. I don't know. It's just I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But why'd you have to put her in a potato sack? I don't know. And Michael said, just please do the Heir to the Empire trilogy. They're going to do it, but they're going to do it with Ahsoka and her girlfriend Mara Jade. Arioka, I enjoyed Heir to the Empire when I read it back in the day. Thought that should have been the sequel trilogy instead of the garbage we got. Yeah, exactly. To us reading it back in the day, seriously, when you read those books, the pace is really nice. You can almost hear the John Williams music in your head while you're reading it. They're really nice. Are they as good as like the Star Wars trilogy? No, but there was a pace and ideas and our characters. It was good to see our characters like after the Empire kind of interact and kind of, I don't know, it was just really good. It was really well written. Timothy Zahn had a good grip on all those characters and created new ones. He was creative. He created new characters. Imagine that are adored today. Him and George Lucas, basically. Matthew Dortona. Matthew Dortona. It's been a while, Matthew. Welcome. Eric, what's up, my man? I missed everything up to this point. Fill me in. I'll fill you in. We're getting a bunch of new Star Wars. We're getting new Star Wars movies, and they're going to be centered around Rey Skywalker, fixing everything that Jake Skywalker screwed up. And then we're getting a bunch of new shows. They're all centered around females who look like they can't swing a lightsaber. There's one exception, though, and that is Skeleton Crew, that will have a bunch of kids and Jude Law in a very small starship. And they get to fight the Swamp Thing, Gorian Shard. So that's what's coming your way in the next 5 years. Actually, probably more like 10 years, actually. So, rock and roll, Matthew. Get ready. We have a lot to talk about. Michael, offs. Mara's gay now? Listen, again, it's not been confirmed, but watch the trailer. I see Juris, see both. I see Mara Jade, heir to the Empire, Thrawn, Ahsoka is Luke. See it, and I think Ahsoka's gay. I think Ahsoka's gay. I think Ahsoka has... Remember, wasn't there a Rebels episode? And no, not Rebels, the Clone Wars. So there was a final season of the Clone Wars. And there were like 3 episodes where she hangs around these sisters, right? And they all look a little like, well, they're not really in the dudes. And they had a lot of chemistry, right? And it had nothing to really do with what's going on. And I was like, these are the worst episodes of the Clone Wars. These 3 involving these like 2 ladies. They tried to swindle the Pikes or something. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Maybe you didn't watch it. I did. So I'm feeling pretty confident. I think it's 50-50. I think it's 60-40 that I think Ahsoka is going to get it on with this Mara Jade ish character. I think so. I think that's the story. A female relationship story. I bet you. I'm not going to bet you much. I'll bet you... nah, I can't part with anything here. I was going to bet you my Sith holocron, but no, I'm not going to do that. I do like this. Anyway, all right. Let's see here. Making... girthy guitarist. I agree. Making them scissor is the Disney thing to do. I think it's going to happen. Michael. But you're a Brit. No, yeah. Well, thank you. You're over the pond right now. You must be at Star Wars Celebration. I know you're so excited, Michael. Girthy guitarist. The Rolling Stones are the #1 year each year. Sympathy for the Devil came out in 68. Indy 5 is in 69 during Apollo 11. See? That's what I was thinking, Girthy. Yep. There you go there. The Stones beat out Harry Styles in 2021 by 30 million with just 12 concerts versus 39 for Styles. Oh, okay. All right. There is something about Harry Styles that I do like. I don't know much about him, but something about him. He's always mischievous looking. He kind of looks like he understands he's a lucky son of a bitch. And, I like the look in his eye. Like he's got a playful look in his eye. I kind of dig him. I don't know a damn song from him. I know he was in that boy band. I know he's in some movies. I liked the movie. I can't think of the movie. He was in a pretty cool movie that got... I can't think of it. It was the actress that was on House, and she directed it, and Chris Pine's in it. It's actually not terrible. It's terrible in the last 10 seconds. Other than that, it's decent. Dildo Gaggins. Kennedy is going to make Chewbacca gay. Mark it down. I thought Chewbacca was gay already. Oh, no, wait. He has his family, right, in the holiday special. In the little lumpy and grumpy and slappy and happy and flappy, right? Isn't that his family? I liked when Chewbacca's grandfather was putting on the VR goggles. This was back in like 81. And getting off on watching who was it, Leanne Horne, or it was some singer, I don't know. That was cringe before cringe. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Poofy haired fancy boy, Ewok pronouns, love it. You know what I'm talking about. Poofy haired fancy boy. You identify as a poofy haired fancy boy, but you're confident as a poofy haired fancy boy. If I call you a fluffy haired fancy boy, or a fluffy-haired pretty boy, I know you would not be offended. You would, because you are you're very confident. You're a confident fancy boy. I can't faze you, but there's a lot of snowflakies out there that if you mispronounce something or do something, they get all upset. But you do you. That's my credo. Scott Davis. Poofy hair fancy boy. Yeah, love me. See? What we got here? Arioka, come on. If this madness keeps going, we're all going to be called it one day. Yeah, some people. I guess it's insult. So no one. I don't know. I'm sure someone wants to be called it, but I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to get too deep into it. You do you. You be you. Just don't. Don't tread on me. How about that? And don't get mad if I screw up and call you something wrong. It's all about people's energy. Like when I meet people, if I discriminate, someone comes up to you, I discriminate based on their energy, the energy they give off. And I think the older you get, the longer you're on this planet, you start observing things. Like if you guys read the Sherlock Holmes books, he's not really running around fighting. It's just his observations. And if you look at someone, but you're really looking at their energy, I don't know if it's a karma or something, their aura, you can see what someone's given off. And so I tend to be attracted to people that are giving off like a good vibe, but there's those people that as soon as they come up on you, whether it's a stranger or it's someone and they're giving off this vibe that it's just, you're like, oh, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a situation. And a lot of these people, I think everyone in Lucasfilm is giving off the bad vibe, the bad force power. I mean, are they a happy group? Like, if we could sneak into Lucasfilm and just kind of spy, are they happy? Do they come in with like good energy? And I don't think so. I think they come in with like a chip on their shoulder every day, the Lucasfilm story group, and some agenda or something that some activist plan that they need to unfold upon us in our favorite IP. I don't know. I just all right. I'm getting fired up today. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. Oh, all right. Matthew Dortana, Mandalorian. This is not the way. That's true. The first 2 seasons were the way. Season 3 is not the way. Let's see here. 9 hotness, 5 actress. I forget who you're referring to, Matthew. I apologize. I forget. Whenever I forget what I said a minute ago. So you have to bear with me. Poofy-haired fancy boy. Thank you, Scott Davis. Girthy guitarist Lizzo. This is the wait. Haha, there you go. Girthy coming in hot. I like it. Scott Davis. Poofy-haired fancy boy. I grew up listening to Marty on the radio. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's true. Yep. Dennis, 9 is high, but all right. Matthew Dortana, maybe a little, but she is attractive. I don't know who we're talking about. I can't remember what I said. Arioka, do you remember the yellow lightsaber from Luke's original Star Wars story? I do. Yeah, he had a yellow one, yeah. Matthew Dortana, Dunkirk. Oh, I forget the references, guys. You guys are killing me. Detour Bastion, a lucky SOB. Lust like Master Shredder, Eric. There's just something about him. I don't know. Scott Davis. Hello, darling. I think is the name of the movie you're talking about. Hello. Oh, yeah. That is it. Yes. Scott, I thought you were saying hello, darling. I was about to give you my personal email, Scott. No, yes. Hello, darling. I liked a lot of that movie until the final 2 minutes, when they reveal what's going on. I'm like, wait, what is this crap, But I kind of liked the journey. I don't know. And I liked all the behind the scenes drama, right? Everybody hated everybody when making that movie. That made me want to see the movie more. All right, Scott Davis. Oh, don't worry, darling. Okay. Yeah, we all know what it is. Dennis, Bing Crosby is the wealthiest entertainer if you factor in inflation. Wow. He starred in 80 films and won an Oscar for Best Actor. I didn't know that, Dennis. That's actually interesting. Girthy guitarist, I'd take the holiday special over this crap we got now. It's making the holiday special not look so bad. It's true. It's damn true. Location redacted. Boba Fett is a fancy boy. Yeah. I don't know. Boba Fake, the Mandalorian, he's kind of fancy. He's got the fancy shiny armor. Yeah. Yes, he does. Arioka, I agree with what you said about vibes. Some people need to chill out, have some sense of humor, and enjoy life. I'm glad you understood what I was mumbling about, because I started talking about something, and basically, you talk, and you realize, what the hell am I talking about? That's kind of what happened there. So, Arioka, I'm glad you got it. All right, Tony Galicchio, I'm pooping. Good. Because when I'm on, listen, when I'm on YouTube, or I'm on the Hinge, or the Bumbles, you know what I'm saying? I'm always on the toilet doing that shit. There you go. See see what I did there? Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I'm in my office doing that too, but don't tell my boss. Dieter, we need a new character who screams Ray every 5 minutes. I don't know. Is Finn coming back? That actor basically flipped Lucasfilm the finger. He's going to be missing out on some paychecks. That might have been a bad move. Listen, if I was Finn, I would be wanting to come back. I want paid. Listen, unfortunately, the world turns because of money. You need money for everything. You need money to eat, to drink, to breathe. Maybe. I just did my taxes this weekend, so it feels like even to breathe, you gotta pay taxes. Yeah, to exist, you have to pay taxes. I guess if you don't make money, you don't have to pay money. But if you don't make money, you can't eat. You can't buy Star Wars toys. I don't know. We're all trapped in the Matrix. We're all trapped in the Matrix, people. Scott Davis, Eric, how do we push back? Canceling Disney Plus and not watching the movies doesn't seem like enough. No, we punch back by doing exactly what we're doing. We can't remain silent. We have to stay vigilant, stay vocal, stick together, demand better. And it'll swing back. It'll take a while. It's going to take a long time, but it'll all come back. I think the damage has been done, but maybe down the road, maybe someone will come up with a cool new idea. That person's probably not alive yet, but it'll happen. And maybe I'll be here to see it, and maybe I won't. But no, seriously, let's stay loud. Let's stick together. Let's stay fired up about the things we love, and talk about it on YouTube. That's the only thing we can do. I canceled my Disney Plus after the Gina thing for about 6 months, and I re-signed up. So I'm guilty of re-signing up. But yeah, that's it. All right, everybody. Thank you. You guys have been great. Thank you for sticking with me. You know the drill. We're going to watch our Mandalorian this week. I have to watch Picard. I have to watch Ted Lasso, which is a really good show. Everybody, have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. And as always, I will see you on the new. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.